Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video I'll be teaching you how to sew this beautiful off-shoulder top with a Basque waistline. So from my previous video I drafted the pattern. If you haven't seen it yet, I will link it up here, or I'll just put the link in the description box. So as you can see that this top, it is two, but this was the inspiration to make this one by the left. So later on I added ruffles to the edge of the top to make this one by the right. So let me know which one you prefer in the comment section, whether it's the one by the left or the one by the right. So if any of this top interests you, please keep watching. But before you keep watching, please like, comment, subscribe, share, and let's get started. Welcome guys. So from my previous video I drafted this pattern. Then for the front I added the Basque waistline. So in case you don't want the Basque waistline but you want to learn how to cut an off-shoulder bustier, so that's the first part of the last video. So the second part was to add the Basque waistline. So now I went ahead to cut the fabric and also the lining. Then on the fabric I've added the seam allowance for the part where there is no seam allowance, where we did not add seam allowance when we were drafting our pattern. So I went ahead to add the seam allowance, and I added facing to the front bodies, but I did not add any facing to the back, but you can add facing to the back if you wish. So now this is the sleeve, and as you know that the sleeve, it has an elastic at the upper part and also an elastic at the lower part. So I used one of the front bustier to just draft out this sleeve, and I added 1 inch at the upper part, that is for the turning where I can put the elastic inside. So now the length of this sleeve is 24 inches. So as I said earlier, I will use 1 inch at the upper part to fold as my elastic casing, and the 1 inch at the lower part too for my elastic casing, and the wideness was 11 inches. So now these are the front bodies, so I'll just try and join them together, the fabrics together. You start from the lower part. You start from the lower part, you place it on each other and you make sure it is equal. Then you sew with 1/2 inch, which is my seam allowance that I added. So I'll sew with 1/2 inch. I'll do the same for the lining too. Then after sewing, this is what it looks like. As you can see, the bustier is coming out, but there was no pad here, that's why it's not standing. But you can see the shape that if there was pad there, it will stand, but it is fine because it's just a simple top. That's why I didn't bother to add pad, but I just added my interface, my paper stay. So now this is the lining, and it has been sewn the same way. So I'll just place it together on it like this, right side facing each other. Then I will sew at the edge. I'll start with the top over there, and I will sew the lower part around. So the only opening that we'll have here is just the armhole area. So that's what I will do. And for the back bodies, I've went ahead to sew my darts on the lining and also on the fabric separately. So I'll also turn this round, and the only opening we'll be having is the armhole area too. So after sewing, this is what I have. So at the upper part of the top, the front bodies, I top stitch the edge so that when I'm turning it over, the lining will not be showing. So I'll just go ahead and turn it out neatly, and I will make sure every corner is coming out neatly. You know, our backs effect, you know, it's a V kind of shape, so you have to make sure it is coming out very nice, and you go ahead and iron. So this is it after turning it out, and as you can see, it is looking nice even without ironing. So now I'll go ahead and turn the back bodies to the same way. Every corner I make sure it is turned out neatly. Then after turning it out, I'll go ahead and iron. So this is it. The next thing to do is just to go ahead and give this a good press so that the beauty can come out more. So this is the front bodies after ironing. As you can see, this bustier is coming out really nice, but the only thing is that there's no pad there. That's why it's not standing, and I like it like that because it's a simple top. That's why I didn't want to put pad. But if you like and you wish, you can put pad. it will still be the same way. So I'm just trying to show you the closer look of this bustier. As you can see, it is very, very nice. It came out perfectly. So if you're having issue with cutting and a bustier or off shoulder bustier or any bustier, just check my video, you will understand. And my illustration are very easy to follow. So this is it, just a closer look at the bustier, and this is what it looks like. Now the next thing to do is to join the side together, that is to join the back bodies to the front bodies. So by the side, you sew with your allowance. So from my pattern, I use 1.5 allowance, but while turning I use 1/4 inch, so the remaining allowance will be 1.25 inches. So that's what I will use to sew at both sides. So I'll just go ahead and sew both sides with 1.25 inches, which is my allowance. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. The top is coming together gradually, so this is what it looks like. So now I'm trying to measure the upper part over here to know if I'm still on track or I still need to trim my armhole. So after measuring, I noticed I have 13 inches and my initial wideness I want is 11. So what I just need to do now is just to cut it out. So I noticed it is only the front that needs the cutting because the back is okay, you know, the 5.5 with the zip allowance, so the back is complete, but it's only the front that needs to be trimmed. So I'll just go ahead and place it like this, then measure what I need, which is 5.5. So I'll just trim it out. While cutting, I also touched the back armhole, but I just made it more deeper because I've touched the front, it is deep, so I just want the back too to be this deep, but I didn't touch the length, the area that I'm trying to cut out at the front. I didn't touch it for the back, but I just make sure the back too was deep as the front was deep. So that is just that about that. So after measuring, I have my 11 inches. So the next thing to do now is to fix my sleeve. So this is my sleeve. I went ahead to fold it by 1 inch, that is half inch, just for the elastic casing. So that's what I went ahead to do at that area. So now I've went ahead to fix one of the sleeve, and this is what it looks like. So to know the measurement for the sleeve, you have to measure the round of your off shoulder. That is, you measure round your shoulder from the front and the back, just round, as if you are putting on an off shoulder. So you just measure it round. So I'll put a picture here to explain better. So then you measure, you take out the 11 inches for the front, 11 inches from the back. So whatsoever you have left is what you will use to determine the stretchiness of this elastic. Let's say now my own is 36 inches, so 11 at the front, 11 at the back, that's 22. So from 36 inches I have 14 inches left, and 14 inches left for the front and back, that is, it will be 7. So I have to make sure that my elastic is 7 inches so that it can accommodate that. I hope you understand. If you don't understand, just let me know in the comment section so I can explain better. So 7 inches will be the sleeve, and you know it's elastic, so for the fabric it will be more, but the elastic will be 7 inches. So 7 inches, 7 inches, 11, everything will be 36, which is my roundness. So I went ahead to fix the zip too, and this is the outcome of the top. As you can see, it is very, very beautiful. It's very nice. It came out perfectly the way I imagined it in my head. So it came out really, really nice, and it's looking beautiful. So I just thought within me that maybe I should add a ruffle by the edge of this top to see how it will look, and if it is not looking nice, I will just remove it. So let me know in the comment section which one you will prefer. So later on you will see the ruffles I added. So let me know in the comment section which one you prefer, if it is this one without the ruffle or with the ruffle. But without the ruffle, it is looking nice, but I just feel some people that want it to be longer, you can just add ruffle. So for the ruffles, this is what I cut out. I cut out my fabric, which is 5 inches wide, and the length is as long as you can get. You know, you have to make a gather, so you can cut as long as you can get, maybe ×3 of the edge of the top. So I went ahead to fold it with not up to 1 inch at the edge. So after folding it, now I'll make a gathers of 1 inch after the hemming. I hope you understand, 1 inch after the hemming. So it is on that 1 inch that I will place it on my top, and I will sew on the same line I made the ruffles, that is the gathers. I will sew it on my top and very close to the edge of the top, like ½ inch or even 3/4 or even 1/4 inch rather. So after sewing it, this is what it looks like, and it is looking nice. But just let me know in the comment section which one you would have preferred. Is it without the ruffles or with the ruffles? So this is the back, and as you can see, it is sewn very close to the edge. I think 1/4 inch towards the edge, or a little bit more. So it is neatly sewn, and you have to follow the shape so that the ruffles can come out in the same way as the shape. So now I'm trying to zip it up, and I will put it on to see how it looks on my body. So this is how it looks on my body. So this one is just for people that does not like a crop top, so you can add this to it to make it look longer. So this is what it looks like, and it is really nice, to be honest. It is nice. So we've come to the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, for subscribing, for sharing, for commenting. Please, your comment is highly needed. Please let me know in the comment section which one you like, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.